It is day 2 of Qatar 2022 यानी कि आज एक नहीं दो नहीं तीन मुकाबले हैं, जिसकी शुरुआत होगी इंग्लैंड वर्सेस ईरान के मुकाबले से। उसके बाद सेनेगल और द नेदरलैंड्स आमने सामने आएंगे और फिर ग्रुप बी की ही दो और टीमें यानी कि यूएसए और वेल्स एक दूसरे से भिड़ेंगे। सो 3 क्रैकिंग मैचेस कमिंग योर वे, सो ऑब्वियसली इट मेक्स फॉर अ प्रीटी डिसेंट प्रीव्यू। तो आप प्रीव्यू देखिए और मैं शो की तैयारी करता हूं। वीजा मैच सेंटर लाइव पे स्पोर्ट्स 18 नेटवर्क और जियो सिनेमा ऐप डाउनलोड करके आप देख सकते हैं। एंड आई विल बी जॉइन्ड बाय वेन रूनी, Luis Figo and Robert Perez and Sol Campbell. Don't miss it. Okay, let's start with the last game on the night that will be played at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. I know ये stadiums के नाम अभी तक आपको याद नहीं हुए होंगे, but I'll make sure that come the 18th of December, which is the day of the final, you will remember most of them, if not all of them. So Ahmed bin Ali Stadium is the venue, and the game is between the USA and Wales. Let's start with the USA because they've got some of the young emerging superstars of American and possibly international football as well. One of the youngest squads, if not the youngest squad in the World Cup this time. But मैंने थोड़ी सी जांच पड़ताल की. I did a bit of research and I found out that if you look at the last 12 World Cups, for teams that have an average age of less than 26, only 4 or 5 have actually made the semi-finals. So therein lies the challenge for the USA head coach Greg Berhalter, जो by the way as a player अमेरिका के लिए 2002 और 2006 के विश्व कप में भी खेल चुके हैं. But they've got some superstars in the making, like Christian Pulisic, the Chelsea star, who's already won a Champions League title. They've got Giovanni Reina, the son of the famous Claudio Reina, who captained the American men's football team back in the day. काफ़ी सारे ऐसे प्लेयर हैं जो कि पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे when 9/11 happened. काफ़ी सारे ऐसे प्लेयर्स हैं जो कि लीगली अभी भी यूएसए में अल्कोहल परचेज नहीं कर सकते. सो हाउ विल दीज यंग स्टार्स perform at the biggest stage of them all in preparation for the next World Cup, which will be held in their own backyard? Will be interesting to see. Up against them are Wales. What a story this is, right? एक ऐतिहासिक लम्हा है. This is a historic moment for them because 1958 was their first and only time that they played in the World Cup. So do the maths. 1958 to 2022. That's 64 years that they've had to wait to play at this stage again. I mean, that is a very, very long wait, and they would want to make it count. And the players who can certainly make it count are Gareth Bale. You know Gareth Bale. Aaron Ramsey, their veteran midfielder. Now these guys have plied their trade with some of the top clubs around the world, won a few trophies as well. But more significantly, वहाँ पे ही एक चैलेंज आता है वेल्स के लिए कि can all this experience be channeled into wins? Or will this experience also mean that there will be health and fitness concerns of some of their squad members? If they can counter that challenge and if they can counter the challenge of the लेकिन यूएसए और वेल्स के मैच से पहले खेला जाएगा सेनेगल और नेदरलैंड्स के बीच का मुकाबला, जो कि खेला जाएगा अल थुमामा स्टेडियम में. एक और स्टेडियम जिसका नाम आपको जल्दी याद हो जाएगा. डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. वरीज फॉर सेनेगल दो, और उन्हीं से शुरुआत करते हैं. नॉट बिकॉज दे वन द अफ्रीकन कप ऑफ नेशंस, ऑब्वियसली नॉट, बिकॉज ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा अचीवमेंट था, बहुत ही बड़ी उपलब्धि थी उनके लिए. द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट देव लॉस्ट देयर टैलिस्मैनिक स्ट्राइकर इन सादियो माने, एंड आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ यू एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल अराउंड द वर्ल्ड वर रियली लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू सादियो माने प्लेइंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड कप. But it hasn't happened because of injury. So that's a big loss for Senegal, although I think they're still one of the favorites to be in the top 2 positions in the group. Or yaad dila dein, top 2 positions in the group means you progress to the round of 16. They still have somebody like a Kalidou Koulibaly in defense. They still have a goalkeeper who's rising in stature in Edouard Mendy, who also plays for Chelsea. They've got Ismail Assar, who will be taking Sadio Mane's position as their front man. But can Senegal overcome this huge loss of Sadio Mane and progress to the next round? Their biggest challenge is against the Netherlands. So let's talk about the Netherlands, the forever finalists of World Cup, right? एक नहीं, दो नहीं, 3 बार वो फाइनल तक पहुंचे हैं, ट्रॉफी उठाने की दहलीज तक आए हैं, but they've not been able to take that final step. Maybe that's why they've got the old warhorse in Louis van Gaal back in charge at an age of 71. He's just recovered from prostate cancer, as I said in my previous preview as well. So he's got personal health issues, but I think the other issue for him is to ensure that the team goes into this tournament with the same mentality as they qualified for the tournament. They were one of the best performing European nations in the qualifying matches, and as a result, they find themselves in this World Cup and in Group A, which they are very heavily फेवर्ड टू टॉप एज वेल. मेम्फिस डिपाई पे अपनी नजर रखिएगा क्योंकि उन्होंने क्वालिफाइंग में दर्जन गोल मारे थे, 12 गोल्स इन टोटल, विच इज अ जॉइंट हाईएस्ट अलॉन्ग विद हैरी केन, जिनके बारे में हम बात आगे करेंगे. Problems for Netherlands perhaps is the fact that Virgil van Dijk, जो कि उनके सेंटर बैक हैं और जो लिवरपूल के फैंस अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं, has not been in the greatest of form and they do not have a first choice goalkeeper locked in. So if the defense and goalkeeper don't create problems and they can go about their attacking business like they have in qualifying, they can certainly overcome this Senegal test. But देखना पड़ेगा कि अल थुमामा स्टेडियम में ये जो दो टॉप टीम्स हैं ग्रुप ए की, इसमें से कौन आगे आता है इस 6 पॉइंटर में. लेकिन सेनेगल और नेदरलैंड्स के मैच से पहले खेला जाएगा द फर्स्ट गेम ऑफ डे 2 ऑफ कतर 2022, दैट इज बिटवीन इंग्लैंड एंड ईरान. या इंग्लैंड, सेम क्वेश्चन एवरी सिंगल टाइम दे आर इन अ बिग टूर्नामेंट, इज इट कमिंग होम? शायद इसलिए ये आवाजें अब ज्यादा बढ़ गई हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट देयर लास्ट वर्ल्ड कप सॉ देम फिनिश इन 4th place, so an improvement to their previous world cups. And after that, in the European Championships, they made it to a final and agonizingly lost out on penalties to Italy. But is it coming home? Let's just look at their squad a little bit in detail because they've got some young, emerging superstars of international football like Jude Bellingham. Please in pe nazar rakhiyega. He's really one of the rising stars of international football, let alone for England. Phil Foden. 2017 में जो अंडर 17 वर्ल्ड कप इंडिया में खेला गया था, प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट वाज फिल फोर्डन. एवर सिंस देन ही इज गॉन ऑन टू ग्रैब हेडलाइंस फॉर मैनचेस्टर सिटी. ही इज अ रियल क्रिएटिव फोर्स. Watch out for him as well. Apart from that, Bukayo Saka, somebody I'm keeping a close eye on because European Championships में जो crucial penalty थी वो Bukayo Saka ने मिस की थी. बहुत सारे लोगों ने criticize किया था उन्हें at a very young age to be playing at that level. Not easy. Now, chance for redemption for Bukayo Saka, and I'm keeping a very close eye on these three gentlemen: Bellingham, Phil Foden, and Bukayo Saka, and how they perform for Gareth Southgate's team. ये सब तो बहुत ही बढ़िया है. दिक्कत आती है थोड़ा सा पीछे, where Harry Maguire's form has been questioned a lot. For England, in qualifying, he had the second highest goals after Harry Kane. So Harry's not done a bad job. I mean, Harry Maguire. So offensively, every box ticked. Defensively, big concerns, especially because of what he's done for Manchester United or not done for Man United. अगर वो अच्छा करते हैं तो इंग्लैंड के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं क्योंकि आज का जो मुकाबला है ईरान के अगेंस्ट, that is an absolute must win. If they don't get past Iran, they've got bigger challenges to come in the USA and Wales potentially. So watch out England because Iran are coming. Let's focus our attention now on Iran. Now in qualifying for the World Cup, they actually won 8 of their 10 games. And you would have thought top of the group, 8 out of 10 games won. What is the problem? What do they go on to do? Iran, only Iranians can explain this. They managed to sack their coach. So Skocic, जो कि उनके कोच थे, वो बाहर जाते हैं और वापस आते हैं Carlos Queiroz, a veteran in the game, right? This is going to be his 4th consecutive World Cup as a coach, not just with Iran. So coming back to Carlos Queiroz at a stage like this tells you that they were a bit iffy about whether Skocic can manage them at this level, and they've gone in with the trusted hands of the very pragmatic Mr. Carlos Queiroz. तो ये तो एक समस्या है जो कि उनके लिए उन्होंने खुद ही खड़ी की है. जो दूसरी समस्या है वो है कुछ हद तक सरदार अजमून का फॉर्म, जो कि उनके इंस्पिरेशनल स्ट्राइकर रहे हैं. 40 goals in 63 games for Iran tells you a thing or two about his ability as a striker. But while England will be keeping a close eye on Sardar Azmoun, the real player to watch out for is Mr. Taremi, जो कि पोर्चुगल की टॉप डिवीजन में अपनी फुटबॉल खेलते हैं. अगर 2019-20 के सीजन से देखा जाए तो सबसे ज़्यादा गोल पोर्चुगीज टॉप डिवीजन में मिस्टर तरेमी नहीं मारे हैं. तो इन पे अपनी नजर रखिएगा और इंग्लैंड को भी रखनी पड़ेगी बिकॉज इफ ही गेट्स गोइंग देन इंग्लैंड कुड बी in trouble, and this is a banana skin game for them. The player to watch out for though in this game and perhaps on day 2 of Qatar 22 is Harry Kane, the Golden Boot winner from the previous World Cup, and of course in qualifying he was the joint top goal scorer along with Memphis Depay. Not one but two but 12 goals in total. Harry Kane, that's an absolutely phenomenal performance. He's also closing in on Wayne Rooney's all-time goal scoring record for England. So plenty up for grabs for Harry Kane, and what better than today to begin a campaign in great style for Mr. Harry Kane against Iran. My prediction would be England will be in trouble in patches, but I think they should be able to pass the Iranian test quite comfortably. But don't take them lightly because Carlos Queiroz is a wily old fox and he knows how to play pragmatic and defensive and organized football. All right, and that is the end of the preview for day 2 of Qatar 2022. Plenty of great players in action, but none bigger, of course, than the legend superstar that is Harry Kane, who will kickstart proceedings against Iran today. Which player are you watching out for most? Perhaps from England, perhaps from Wales, maybe Gareth Bale, maybe from the USA, one of the rising stars of that golden generation, maybe even from Senegal, who are without Sadio Mane, maybe the Netherlands and Memphis Depay or Virgil van Dijk. Let us know in the comments below. But until day 3 of Qatar 2022, it's goodbye.